In this tutorial, we're going to be talking about the power of archiving videos and how you can potentially save that deleted or recover that deleted YouTube video that you've been longing for that was deleted a long time ago. So I first want to just go over archiving and archived videos and how it's been becoming a more of a bigger project for people. So actually, archiving in general has been becoming bigger online. You can basically how you can do it is you can there's programs that allow you to download a full website and then all the files and you can upload them somewhere and basically store them on an archive. And there's many websites that allow you to do that. We'll get into that later. I just want to first say that I have a page on my website that has all the links that I'm going to be talking about in this video. So go to that page. It's taylorstutorials.com/archiving.html. So everything that I'm going to be talking about will be on here. I'm not going to put them in the description. I'm just going to put a link to here. So first of all, you can do your part by archiving yourself, and there's many ways to do that. So if you ever want to download a video, if you didn't know this, you can just go to websites like KeepVid or SaveVid. Basically, you can just enter a link to a YouTube video, and you know it'll allow you to download it. So you can just take any YouTube video and paste it, and you get a whole slew of links and the quality of the video, and then the download link right here, and it'll just open up right then and there. Now this works for any browser as long as you have the plugin to download it. So yeah, this is incredible. You have so many file formats as well. Obviously, you have your MP4, but you also have M4A and FLV, and then 3GP and WebM. WebM and 3GP are really good for certain website embedding, and so you can use that for, if you wanted to download a video and then put it on your website. This is a very easy way to do it. You also have the file size right here, so you can see it's not too big. You're not going to get too big of a file. They compress them pretty well. But I always download them Max 480p. You don't have to, but that's what I do. So the next way of actually archiving is going through add-ons. So you can go to, I have a list of Firefox and Chrome add-ons. Now I didn't put IE add-ons. You can do that yourself because I'm not installing IE on my computer. Now for Safari, I don't really know if there's any. I looked, but I couldn't find any. But I could be wrong. Just definitely go look for it yourself. But I couldn't find any. Anyway, for Firefox, you can get Net Video Hunter. This is the best one. It used to download videos in FLV, but now it downloads in MP4, and it's extremely useful. It just basically pops up right here, and you just hit the button. It'll pop up in a window, and you can just click download, 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 download. Any video that pops up, it'll open up in this window. And you'll see a little flashing light, or the little logo flash, and it's very useful. So I definitely recommend Net Video Hunter. Here are some other ones that you could download. I don't really know if they work or not, but you can go check them out. And then for Chrome, I haven't really used any. Again, I usually just resort to keepvid.com or savevid.com, but you can use some of these just for anytime use. I'm pretty sure they work pretty well, but yeah. Okay, so now let's get back into archived videos. So archived content that's already been put online. So there's not too much for already archived videos, as we're kind of limited on technology. However, there is a big website for archiving general web material, and that's called archive.org, and you can go to that by just typing archive.org. And as you see, basically it's an internet archive. It's a non-profit library of millions of free books, movies, software, music, and etc. So as you see, you have 2.2 million videos archived that you can search for. So there is a chance that you can find it, and that's what we're gonna do. So actually, if we go to archive.org/web, we can search any website that we want. So if we wanted to search YouTube, you can see you get a timeline of all the years that this page has been archived. As you can see, it's been saved 52,558 times. It's crazy. So if you wanted to go back and see YouTube in its beginning stages, you can go back to 2005, that era, and click on any of these little blue dots, blue circles. These blue circles show the amount of time, it basically shows that it has been archived on that day. The bigger the circle, the bigger the amount of archives on that day. So if we just go to July 1st, 9:42, you can as you see, you can view it as it was here, and it's I think that's pretty cool. And as you see, it wasn't as big. However, you can't, like, let's say you wanted to, search a video here. You see that you won't be able to because the page can't be crawled because it's prevented by a file called robots.txt. And basically what that is it allows any website who wants to prevent certain results from being archived to put this in display. And basically, you can actually see the YouTube robots.txt. It allows and disallows certain results and binary functions. So you can't comment, you can't get a video, you can't get video info, you can't log in, you can't get results, you can't sign up. So these are basically all the things that you cannot do on an archived page. And pretty much every page has it. There's one for Google, there's one for Yahoo, there's one for there's probably one for archive.org. However, there's not one for my website, so have fun. So let's say we wanted to search a video or find a video. So actually I put how you could do this. First of all, if you don't know the link, which you most likely don't remember the link of a video, first of all, if you do know the link, you can put the link in there right then and there, and you can see if the page has been archived. However, you can also go to the channel that you remember the video on. So a big example that I'm going to use in this page is a user called Dylan Pierce. So he actually made a bunch of tutorials similar to mine a long time ago and actually inspired me to make my own videos. So if we were to type in his user, you can see that it's been saved a few times, but you can also change this to youtube.com/user/user, /the user. Browse history. As you see, there's a few more times that it's been archived. You can try either one of those. So if I wanted to go back to 2008 when he was during his prime, I can click on one of these. As you see, it'll bring me up to an old YouTube channel, and you can actually view the content on the page. As you see right here. Now, obviously, what you're going to do is what you want to do, actually. I'm going to go back to even earlier one, November 7th. And as you see, you can actually go, if you remember, try it yourself. You can go and open that link up. And if you're lucky, the page has been archived. Now that's just the first step. The video also has to be archived by YouTube or by archive.com or .org. As you see, this one says, sorry, the Wayback Machine does not have this video archived. So pretty much you're out of luck. But there are videos that are archived. So I managed to find a video that actually was archived, and what you can do is see it will pop up in a new player, an HTML5 player, and you can just hit play. It will actually play the video, and I think that's really cool. And as you see, this is the original file that was uploaded to YouTube, and it was archived on the page. As you see, you can view it just as it was on YouTube. So as you see, it does work, but you shouldn't rely on it. Now, there are other ways. You can archive other pages. Now, or you can view other archived pages. Now, he had a website that I'm going to actually use as another example. So you can go to this website. Now, YouTube isn't the best example for what I'm about to do, but you can do it. I'm going to show you in a second. But basically, here's the website. Obviously, the CSS wasn't downloaded and stuff, so you can't really see all the stuff in the page. However, you can go to if you go to the address bar right here and type after the address, the website, you can put in an asterisk. And this allows you to view every URL that's been captured on the page for that domain. And as you see, we have a whole slew of archives that we can look through. However, the ones that obviously the page was deleted, I know the page was deleted before or after 2012 or before 2012. So most of these won't work. And as you see, we're gonna get like the page doesn't have it's not archived, so you can't really view the ones from 2012. However, there are some, as you see, 2008 that you can view. And now basically you can just search for videos on the page. So I managed to find actually a few videos that were archived from November 14th, 2008, and I know for a fact that these were up. And as you see, I can actually click on these. As you see, you can actually play the video as it would be normally on the website, and it actually it was able to archive this file. So it is possible. However, there are there are most of the time it won't work. So you see, like if I click on this one, or about this one, as you see, it doesn't have it archived. The page is just not archived. It never was. So sometimes you're out of luck. Other times, actually, you might have a problem where the file is it's encrypted, so you can't, or the file format doesn't work, so it actually doesn't play on your normal browser. You have to download it. But if you play it on Firefox, what I like to do is put it on Firefox, and and what you can do actually is use your Net Video Hunter. Actually, you see it says the video can't be played because the file is corrupt. But really, it's just the video that's corrupt. The audio works fine. As you saw on Chrome, it actually played. But with Firefox, the whole thing's corrupt. But you can still download the video file. And as you see, you get the 176.61 full megabytes of this file. And you can download it. Now, if I play on this, you can actually see the true problem, which there's no MIME found. And basically what a MIME is, it allows, you basically put MIMEs on your server for your server to read certain file types. And obviously, since the server is down, or it wasn't archived, or those MIMEs weren't archived on the website, which they shouldn't be, they should just be on the server, and since the server is down, it won't work. It relies on the web archives MIMEs, and obviously it just didn't have the certain MIME that read or encoded this MP4 format, so it's just kind of out of luck, but you can still download it. No, that's a really good alternative if this ever happens to you. If you find a file, that's how you fix that. So that's about it for Wayback Machine. You can't really do much more. There's a website also linked from archive.org where you can search for movies, only movies. I haven't really tried it out, but you be my guest. If I was to type in the same person, most likely it's not going to come up with any criteria, but you can mess around with it. And as you see, if I typed in YouTube, all of these videos come up, and you can search through them if you want. But it's a very broad search, so you're gonna have to try to be clever with it. The next website actually is called screenshots.com. This is just an extra thing. It's not really to deal with archiving videos. I just wanted to show you real quick. You can type in any website here, and it'll come up with a timeline of all the captures shot of this website, which is pretty cool. So remember that website that we were just at? You can actually see old previews of it. It doesn't need the CSS, it took a complete visual picture of it, so it doesn't need the CSS. Another alternative that you can use to Wayback Machine is on my website as well, called mementoweb.org. And you can search, it's basically this time travel. You can search whatever you want. And you can also search the date. So if I wanted to do 2008, just hit find. And it might or might not work. But basically what it does is it takes, I even have it right here. It takes the URL of the web source, the technical network framework proposed by Memento, allows you to see a version of that resource as it exists at some date in the past. By entering that URL in the browser like you always do, and by specifying the desired date in a browser plugin. And as you see, you can search from the ones put in. And as you see, this is the CSS is obviously not here, but it works the same way as Wayback Machine, and it is powered by Wayback Machine. But it links you. It's kind of like a browser through that shows you Wayback Machine results and other results if found. So that's pretty cool. The last one actually is archive.is, and you can search all the web pages that are found here. I even searched my own website. This one isn't found, but I actually, for some reason, my page was archived. So you see, I can view this, and you can also, which is really cool, is download the zip file. It'll download the whole archive. And as you see, the whole website's archived. It's pretty cool. So that's something that you can also do to archive content. But you can also view it, and I'm sure you can view YouTube stuff. As you see, I have all the pages that were archived by here. So there is a chance that you can find one of your videos on here using the same methods that I showed you here. So that's about it for this tutorial. I hope it was somewhat helpful. I know I just covered mainly about archiving, not really YouTube videos, but the YouTube videos was just a small portion of what my whole idea for this tutorial was basically archiving and showing you guys what archiving is. So that's about it. Stay tuned for the next tutorial, probably next weekend, and I will see you later. Bye. Also, if you haven't already, please check out my website at taylorstutorials.com. You'll find not only my tutorials up there, but a bunch of other people's tutorials that I'm going to be uploading, along with the tutorials along with the person that I briefly mentioned in here. You could probably find some other videos there. But yeah, again, it's still work in progress, but comment. The homepage is pretty much complete. Comment there, and if you have time, donate. You can also check out my forum at taylorstutorials.com/forum. You can ask pretty much any question there. Obviously, don't really have many users, so definitely go register, and yeah, so that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.